Hello everybody, Ian Robson here with a fishing experiment. Time for another unboxing. Today we have the March Mystery Tackle Box. This is a bass tackle box once again. If you're not familiar with Mystery Tackle Box, it's basically a subscription service that you can get a tackle box, a mystery tackle box every month. And there are different species. This is the bass box once again. For next month, I've already gotten the trout box, which is pretty cool. So I've never really fished for trout much, so getting a box like the trout mystery tackle box is actually really neat, because then it gives me some lures that I would use for trout. Anyways, let's see what we get in this box. Alright, so I have the ever-present what's in your box, or about your box. So let's start off with the very first thing here. We have some Mustad, or not Mustad, I said Mustad, but it's Daiichi hooks. These are red Daiichi bleeding bait hooks. It's kind of interesting actually. So it looks like there are I think there's two. It says quantity 2. They don't say what size they are though, unfortunately. My hook is extremely sharp. The forged needle point is durable, and fish after fish. Let's go ahead and open this up and just take a quick look at these. So they are what they call, I think it's just an EWG. Very nice. You can see that or not. Pretty cool. So there's two of them. They're not a huge, they're not an extra wide gap. One's a bit bigger and one's a bit smaller. And they are quite sharp and sticky hooks. I don't know if you can see that or not. One's a bit bigger, one's a bit smaller. So there we go. Very cool. I'm assuming that goes with something else. We'll find out what that something else is in a moment. So the second thing we have is this right here, and this is a Swagger Jig by Buddha Baits. This looks like a chatterbait. I've never used a chatterbait, to be honest with you. I have no idea. I'm sure they work around my area. I live in Ontario. I'm sure they work, but I've never used a chatterbait before. It looks like it's chartreuse, which is kind of cool. It's a good color. I've used this same color around here, just in a spinner bait. So there's your, it's like a chatterbait. They call it a jig. Get that a bit closer for you guys. There you go. It's kind of cool. Chartreuse. It's got a silver, I don't even call this chatterer spinner bait. I'm not sure what you even call it. It's got a good little keeper right there as well. Pretty big. Nice strong hook it looks like. So that's from Buddha Baits. This is what they say. The Swagger Jig is by far the best bladed jig. So they call it a bladed jig, but I believe most people call it a chatterbait. Jig on the market featuring a 6/0 black nickel hook. So this is a nickel hook, which is kind of interesting. Streamlined head and solid trailer keeper. It sets itself apart on Saturday afternoons around 3 o'clock. Stop donating and start collecting. So it's 3/8 of an ounce. So 3/8 of an ounce, pretty big. Let me just put that over here. There we go. So again, that was the Swagger Jig by Buddha Baits. And it says, you'll know why they call it the Swagger Jig when you watch it. The enticing wiggle attract the fish from any targeted area. All right, pretty cool. Next one we got here is the Whopper Plopper, it's called. River to Sea Whopper Plopper. It says the innovative topwater lure can be retrieved at any speed and is quickly becoming one of the most popular surface lures on the market. So the Whopper Plopper. I've never used a Whopper Plopper, but from what I can tell about it, it looks just like a buzzbait. Well, doesn't look like a buzzbait, but it is very similar to a buzzbait the way it works. So if I can get this out, there we go. Don't hit yourself. Those are sticky hooks. So that's what the Whopper Plopper looks like. Right there. Let me get that. There you go. So the way it works is this little part at the end actually spins. A little fin spins right there. And you can use it as a topwater lure. So basically it kind of acts like a buzzbait essentially, but also kind of like a jerkbait a little. Not a jerkbait, what I'm thinking of. Walk the dog type lure, maybe. I don't know what the action is like in the water, but That's I've actually seen these before, and I'd be curious to see how well they work in urban areas because I live in an urban area, and I'll be curious to see whether they work or not in urban areas without seagulls going after them because topwater baits always attract seagulls, which is not fun. Let me just tell you that. All right, next thing on the list is Biospawn Exo Stick. I've never used the Exo Sticks before. This is the Enhanced with Bioscent. This is made in the United States, which is neat. It'd be cool if it was made in Canada, but I'll accept the United States. Artificial light form. I don't know what it says. What's the color of it? Genetically enhanced. Exo Stick. Doesn't say the color, but I'll show you what the color looks like here. So one of the funny things about Biospawn, there you go. It's a red with green flake. I don't know if you can see that or not. There you go. So it's like a red with a green flake. So you can rig this wacky worm, which is right in the middle like that, of course. Texas rig, whatever you like. Now, I think, if memory serves, Biospawn doesn't ship to Canada, which is funny because, oh, they smell quite a lot too. Quite fragrant. So they don't actually ship to Canada, which is kind of funny. But I got it in the, not for human consumption as well, by the way. But I got them in the Mystery Tackle Box. Go figure, right? All right, and the next thing we have is the Biwa. Where is it? The Armored Craw. This is the Biwa Armored Craw. It's a 4-inch. What color is this? Orange green, they call it. Orange green. So you can put that on a hook. There you go. It's got green flake and it's orange. It's quite nice. It does have like an Armored Craw look to it. It's got a gap there for your hook, so you can use that as a skipping bait perhaps. Throw it under docks, into trees, stuff like that. It'd be kind of interesting to see how that would work. It should work around urban areas as well. Like for example, if you're fishing like a lake that had an urban lake that was a man-made lake with tree laydowns and stuff like that, you should be able to throw that around there and get some bass with that actually. That should be pretty good. I've never used Biwa stuff, so that should be pretty interesting to see how it works. Also comes with the Dibble Digest, the Great Scent Debate, How to Read Shade. Oh, that's interesting. Always good. I've been reading these Dibble Digests every month, and they give you some ideas as to how to use some of the stuff in your box and some other ideas. One of the cool things is that they have different boxes like I mentioned before. So this is the bass box. They do also have a catfish box, a trout box, a walleye box, ice fishing, which is really neat as well. So I really like their product because it allows you to try and not verify, but add a little bit of variety to your lures because I have a lot of bass lures. So anything else? Stickers, quite a few stickers actually, and then a scratch card. And that's it. So once again, we got the Whopper Plopper right there. We got the Swim Jig or Swagger Jig, Chatterbait. We got the Armored Craw, which is this guy right here in orange green. Autofocus, gotta love that. We also got the Exo Stick right there, red with green flake on that one. Should work well. And then we also got the Daiichi Bleeding Bait Hooks. It's a 2-pack, which isn't very much because you can lose that pretty easily if you're not careful. Anyways, that'll be it for me for a day for this Mystery Tackle Box unboxing. If you enjoyed yourself, why don't you go ahead and hit that subscribe button for some more unboxings. My name's Ian Robson from The Fishing Experiment, and I'll catch you guys later.